a daily basis so people can actually, tap into them and really listen to them,
Yeah,
So just really just share like what you got about these audios lately.
Well, I mean, they're super powerful, and hold on. Let's see. How do we get rid of this guy? We got Alex Cervantes. Are you able to block him?
Let's see.
Probably following your account. I don't think it follows my account.
All right, done.
Nice. Yeah, man, the audios, they're really great. And the storylines, they transfer all kinds of images and metaphors that will align you and, with success in the game, especially, but just as a natural man, intuitive, and tapped into the nature that's just underneath everything that's happening. Guys, they get lost in the sauce. Girls too. Everybody's lost in the sauce. The whole planet is in the sauce. It's just a bunch of sauce, a bunch of nonsense, and there's some real shit happening here. Some energies being transferred. The whole motivation that guys and girls are living with, but they're ignoring, and they're numb to it. And nobody's explained it to them. But this isn't like audios of like dry lectures or just like data or bullet points or whatever. They're just metaphors and vivid stories, short stories, like 5-10 minutes, that if you pay attention, and I've noticed if you don't pay attention, you really, it just comes and goes. And some guys, they're like these quantum leaps or whatever, these audios or whatever, like not that didn't affect me that much. And it's like, bro, I know you weren't paying attention, because I have been through that where it's like I'm zoning out or thinking about something else. And then the audio comes and goes, and it's like, fuck, I missed it. And then later I hear it, it's so potent. Or I hear it and it's so potent, later I go back to listen to it, but I'm kind of multitasking or whatever, and it's like not, like, it just comes and goes. I don't really notice it. And, but paying attention, every word moves the mind in a direction. It's a calibrator for it. Will there be a documentary? Yeah, probably. I mean, that's what YouTube is. That's what all the video blogs are. That's what we just put a newsletter out. TikTok sucks for that reason, that the links aren't clickable when I send messages. So I don't even bother sending messages on TikTok very much. But that's what we've been distributing, is a whole throwback video, which is essentially like a home video documentary. And there's so many of these, hundreds and hundreds of these, that, having some Hollywood whatever come in and do a documentary. I mean, when the time is right, when the man is like famous, beyond famous, then maybe that'll happen, or infamous or whatever, maybe post-mortem like they do with artists or whatever like that. But there's no need for it. I mean, if you want the biography, come around. There's class or documentary, whatever. There's class, there's lectures, there's in person. I mean, you could come in person, to Las Vegas and get the greatest game experience of your life on the planet, really. It's not even just your life. So yeah, the audios are very transformative, and the fact that you could stack them one day after another and just gradually, incrementally change. I really see someone, if they just applied themselves to this newsletter, it's free. It's just a sequence of audios you get like for 2.5 months, one short audio after another, day after day. That if you just apply yourself for those 2 or 5 minutes and listen to it, as a man, you change, and you'll change a lot. And chances are you'll like the audio and want to hear it multiple times, so you can download it, whatever. And it's just amazing. It's amazing what's available, and it's also amazing how much work needs to be done for a man to, get himself out of the mud. Like, AZD had some video. You clipped some video and you sent it to me, and he's like, if you've lost your life, this and that, and it's the truth. Guys have just lost their life. They've lost it to a woman, or they've lost it to some kind of bitter resentment not having a woman, or to some bitter resentment having a woman, and they just bitterly resent her. And it's just like, they're just stuck in this like lonely, bitter resentment, whether they're with a woman or not. It's just meant because it's a mindset that they're carrying with them, victim and, just self-disempowerment bullshit. So it's a lot to reform the whole mind and your ability to communicate. And something AZD's discovered, and I've discovered administering his stuff, is it's really, and we've said it for a long time, but it's just making more and more sense, especially with these audios, is that you just can't get a laundry list of teachings or a laundry list of like, things to do. It's not about that. You got to change your character, change your vibe, and a lot of things will align. Your life is a mess, because of 1,000 things you're doing wrong, but there's a reason why you're doing all those things wrong. Like, why are you making those decisions? Why are you not seeing clearly how? That's what guys are doing with girls. They're just not seeing clearly. And it's really a twofold thing. You need, or threefold, five, I don't know. There's a lot of things, but you need a vibe. You do need a skill set of communication and, just some understandings. And I forget what the other thing was that I was going to say. Well, whatever. You need a skill set. You need a vibe. You need to be able to go with it and to be natural. Because any unnaturalness that you bring into courtship or a game is just a castle made on sand. You're just gonna keep building on bullshit, and it's gonna be harder and harder and harder to address. And you probably never will address it. It'll just collapse with a bunch of secrets with each other because you just weren't straight up from the beginning. Probably because you lack self-awareness, and that's fine. I mean, who doesn't? I'll be more aware next year and the year after. And so as you gain more awareness, the ability to communicate it is essential. And that's where you really see the enslavement. What's up, T-Bone? That's where you really see the enslavement of people, especially women, because they get so emotionally manipulative when they hear things that they don't like. And guys do too. The female qualities in them become that. But it's a feminine quality. It's not a male quality. So, you got to go through that. That's because guys, if they are unfortunate enough to be in a relationship, you are definitely a slave to her, for sure. Like, you're whatever level of alpha or independence, or you're free thinker, or you're a free man, you're not. You cater to her, you bend to her, and when she, gives you a scowl or a negative face or a few choice words, you change your action because you're not solid on what you're doing because you don't want to lose her. So you're basically needy for her. So things in these audios will gradually, incrementally, day after day, change you. What do I need to do to better my life? T-Bone, if you want to go live, man, request to go live if you can.
Yeah, for real.
He's on TikTok.
Oh.
So you'll just be able to hear him.
Yeah.
If he can. TikTok has like requirements or something to go split screen with someone. I don't know what they are really. So that's how I see the audios. They're just incremental changes that you listen to, you apply. There's nothing to do in them other than pay attention to them when you listen to them. And whatever sticks. You're listening to them real thorough. You're like writing the emails for them and getting the word out. Yeah. You listen to them like front and backwards and transcriptions and you're killing it out in field, Killing it.
Yeah, I mean, just because they've been changed, because, it's dope because having the opportunity to actually, like, I'm studying at the same time I'm actually working on them, so it's like, it works both ways, and it's so, like, entertaining, like I said, with the stories, because that's how we learn, through the stories, and just learning that, it just changes you because, like of course you got to be educated on, like, what Azd is talking about, but he does it in a way that is entertaining at the same time as well. And I've noticed that, you listen to it the first time, like you're in class, like you said, and you might even zone out for a little bit. But it's like when you actually get these audios and you can actually, like, before you even go out, before you, even in the morning time, it just totally just shifts your whole vibe. Like, you get a chance to actually, you see, like, it puts images in your mind so that when you're going out there, they just come up out of nowhere. Like there was one audio talking about the mountain and the pit bull, which is really just talking about the fact is that you just don't compromise for, like, who you really are. Once you know who you are, you don't compromise on that, and that was, like, really powerful to put that analogy of like having the mountain and the pit bull, like the whole story with that. And it's like so much more, like as I'm letting them know, like, if you start off now, first of all, it's just going to be like, it's, we put about 30 of them, but when they start now, we keep adding more and more and more and more. So, like, like in a month from now, they're going to keep getting more and more, like, stories and all that. So, like, obviously, like there's been really, really, like, changing, like, for me, like, going out, because I see the difference. So, like, even though, like, a lot of guys out here, we all study and all that, like, reviewing them again is just, like, makes it stick even more. And I can just, like, use that reference and see, like, Azd made the story, and what part of the story is he using like right now as I'm seeing him in field, you know, which makes me look at where I'm at like way different. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not at a club, you know, I'm using my imagination to really just not, by using my imagination from listening to these stories, now I'm looking at the environment way different, where I'm actually in cause now instead of being effect of the club so much, you know. I'm actually pushing my imagination out, and then I can actually interact a lot better. You know, like you said before, like, you know, when you build it on in a genuine way, you build it on like, you know, with gold actually, because these audios are actually gold. You know, you have a stronger foundation rather than just, you know, like building your character off of like, you know, how the world perceives or how the world is trying to like suppress your whole character based on a daily basis, you know. So but it's like I said, like, you know, we can listen to these audios, but like when you actually see how AC's operating on the outside, and then you listen, and then you go to you listen to audios again the next day, even the same piece, you know, you see a whole different perspective. Like, man, like this is what's really going on in his world, you know. So yeah, it's been really just dope. Just really just, like I said, like being able to actually edit them, but at the same time when I'm editing, I'm actually studying at the same time.
Man, that's the truth. That's some great stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're so right, and I don't really have anything to add on to it. You know, I think people should get these. It's an easy link just to join up. It's an email newsletter, and I can't even say enough about them. Really, I mean, it's a really proud achievement that we even compiled them and put them out like that. And you know, you'll never get the appreciation that you deserve for doing that. You know, me too. It's just what it is. So it's a great thing, and maybe we'll refurbish it, put it out in the future differently, like on SoundCloud or you know, some kind. It could even be its own product, its own simple thing that you know. It's amazing things like that. You know what they say? Like, what is that? There's that violinist. His name was like Yehuni Mahudin or something, and you know, $60,000 he made in an hour or an hour and a half or something, playing at Madison Square Gardens. And then he played the same set in the New York City subway, same violin, same hour track list, made $32. So with the same player, the same violin, same songs, just a different audience, it's worthless versus it's, you know, worth everything. So, you know, just getting it to the right people because they are in fact transformative, and, you know, that change is hard to come by. Real character change is hard to come by. And you know, it's not whether it's real or not. It's to what degree is it impacting your life? Because it's just a gradient. It's surface. It's less surface, more deeper, all the way to the core, where it just changes your emotions. Maybe you even regard death differently, or you regard a breakup differently, or you regard, you know, having a kid differently. Like the epic moments in life that you just completely face differently because your character has changed. That's a depth of change work, and you know, 75 of these, maybe there's only like 32 emails made so far, but there's 75 audios. So it's just, you know, as people go through these, it gets built on to the end for sure. So we keep doing it, man. We'll keep getting them out to the people. And, you know, some of you, we may be DMing some links here in the next like 24 hours or so. So jump on. It's free. And there's other value too. That's just the main thing that we're working with right now. But there's tons of other content that we put out. We'll let this one run its course for about a month and a half or 2 months or whatever. And then, you know, we'll move on. So keep up, everybody. And I'll let you finish, you know, wrap it up. Lamoth is always tuning in. Big fan there. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Salute.
Salute, man. Thank you, bro.
You bet.